Hello and welcome to our noon edition of Arirang News, coming to you live from Seoul on Labor Day, May 1st. I'm Peunji. We begin today in the United States, which may consider dramatically cutting its troop numbers in Europe. Now that's according to U.S. President Donald Trump, who has now indicated Italy and Spain may see a reduction, along with Germany. Our Oh Soo-young has the details.
US President Donald Trump on Thursday said he will probably consider pulling out troops from Italy and Spain. This came a day after announcing that Washington was looking at reducing the number of military personnel in Germany. Responding to a question about whether he might consider the same for Italy and Spain, Trump said,
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I probably will. Why should I? Look, why shouldn't I? Italy has not been of any help to us, and Spain has been horrible, absolutely horrible. It's NATO.
President Trump has openly criticized NATO's European allies after they did not respond to a US request for naval support to ensure tanker transit through the Strait of Hormuz, which had been blockaded by Iran. There are approximately 84,000 US troops stationed across Europe. Around 36,000 are based in Germany alone. Amid speculation that Trump's frustration could lead to a redeployment or withdrawal of US forces, there's growing attention on the potential impact on Europe's security posture. Meanwhile, as concerns over a prolonged conflict with Iran continue, global oil prices hit a 4-year high of more than $126 per barrel. Trump said gasoline costs may be high for now, but will drop rapidly once the war is over.
The gas will go down. As soon as the war's over, it'll drop like a rock. There's so much of it. It's all over the place, sitting all over the oceans of the world. And it'll go down. But what won't happen is if Iran had a nuclear weapon and used it, then the whole world is a different place.
Also, regarding Iran's national football team taking part in the FIFA World Cup in mid-June, Trump said he is fine with Iran taking part, reversing his position from a month ago. Oh Soo-young, Arirang News.
Marking Labor Day here in Korea, President Lee Jae-myung has promised workplace safety and basic rights for all workers. Speaking at a Labor Day event at the Blue House, the president said he will make no compromise when it comes to the safety of workers and will create a normal country where no one has to risk death while at work. He also vowed to make sure that all employees are treated fairly, regardless of their higher status, and achieve co-prosperity between employers and employees. Friday's event is the first to be held since Labor Day was restored to its original name for the first time in 63 years and was designated as a public holiday. On the economic front, Korea's export numbers surged last month, driven by a semiconductor boom, marking a second straight month that it's been above $80 billion. The Trade Ministry's April figures on Friday show that exports jumped 48% on year to $85.9 billion. Semiconductors led the gain, soaring over 170% to $31.9 billion, accounting for 37% of total exports. Memory prices have spiked sharply, with DDR4 up more than 8-fold over the past year, amid rising investment in AI servers. Exports to the U.S. and China both posted strong growth, while shipments to the Middle East fell over 25%, hit by war-related disruptions. Despite strong headline figures, officials warn of growing risks from supply chain volatility to rising global competition. As Korean brands are on the rise globally, the circulation of counterfeit K-brand goods is surging. The Korean government has decided to take direct action to protect the brands by developing K-brand certification trademark. Our Cha Yun-kyung reports.
The popularity of the now world-famous buldang noodles is soaring globally. But it's difficult to distinguish the counterfeits from the genuine product at a glance. A green bottle of alcohol labeled Hijin Soju in Korean. However, no such brand exists. A large supermarket in Vietnam displays food products labeled as 100% Korean. The ingredients are unknown and are not even made in Korea. According to the OECD, The circulation of counterfeit K-brand goods has reached approximately 11 trillion won, around 7.34 billion US dollars. However, local authorities are often passive in cracking down on these fakes, making it difficult for individual companies to respond effectively.
As K-fashion brands gain global recognition, the industry is suffering from issues such as trademark infringement, design piracy, and the online distribution of counterfeit goods.
The Korean government has decided to take direct action by registering K-brand certification trademarks in 70 major exporting countries. By introducing cutting-edge authentication technology, foreign consumers can verify the authenticity of a product simply by scanning it with their smartphones. The government will secure trademark rights overseas and address counterfeiting at a pan-governmental level. The government plans to complete the development of the K-brand certification trademark by June and officially launch it in August, following a monitoring period. Cha Young-kyung, Arirang News.
A Korean drug supplier linked to suspected trafficking ringleader Park Wang-yeol has been repatriated to South Korea from Thailand. The suspect, surnamed Choi, arrived at Incheon International Airport at around 9 a.m. this morning to face investigation and possible criminal charges in his home country. He was escorted directly to a police vehicle without answering questions from reporters about his alleged ties to Park. Choi is accused of smuggling and illegally distributing drugs, including meth, worth 10 billion Korean won or about 6.7 million US dollars into South Korea since 2019. Suspected large-scale drug ringleader Park Wang-yeol was repatriated to South Korea in March while serving a 60-year sentence in the Philippines for the murder of 3 Koreans in 2016. That's all we have for this noon edition of Arirang News. Thank you for watching. We'll be back at 6 p.m. Korea time. Stay tuned.